Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming through tonight. You braved the rain and the lightning up here. I'm sorry, Cape Town, but we do have rain regularly here every day. And you guys have braved it, so thank you for coming through after that storm. They've been promising us hail every day for like the last week. We haven't had hail in a week. I don't know. Maybe it's just like a default warning. If they say hail, then they can't be blamed later. But I'm glad that you made it through this evening. I don't think it's going to be any hail. The sun was already out before you got here. And we're going to spend some time looking at DuePoint this evening. DuePoint is something we're rather excited about right now. We've come off the back of an incredible 2017, and already January has been quite remarkable. So we're looking forward to 2018, and I want to share some time with you this evening, maybe 45 minutes or 50 minutes with you talking about DuePoint and what we are doing here. So firstly, DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. We're a listed and licensed life insurance company. You can find us on the JSE under Conduit Capital. You can go to the FSB and look up licenses, life and short-term insurance licenses. We are, of course, an authorized and registered financial services provider. There's our FSP number. And we've been around for about 66 years this year. So this is not a startup. This is not something new. This is very much a well-established financial services company in South Africa today. So I hope to give you a bit of trust in that, a little bit of hope in it because of all the nonsense we see happening in South Africa these days. Every day. In fact, I heard of 2 new ones this week that sort of flew in from overseas, repackaging products that have expired overseas and bringing expired products into the country under new labels. So it's very exciting, isn't it, living in this country? You never know where next you're going to be mugged, shot, or have your money stolen from you in network marketing. Well, tonight I want to give you some faith and trust in who you're dealing with here. As I said, look us up. You know who you're dealing with. We're a fully blown insurance company here at DuePoint. The team as well is always here. We are a homegrown South African company with homegrown South Africans. All of us who will find in this office Monday through Saturday every week of the year. Every week of the year you're going to find us here. And our hope, therefore, again, is that you have a little bit of trust. You know where to come, you know who to call, to email, and you're going to get to know us all very well if you work with us here at DuePoint. We've got all the credentials. Chartered accountants, marketing specialists, sales guys, we're all here. But what's more important is that we're actually here in the country and you can find us at any time. So there's 2 things that we do at DuePoint. The first one, our primary reason for existence, our primary objective at DuePoint is to put in the hands of South Africans a tool that will create for them regular, reliable, and stable income. Not income that's here today or gone tomorrow. We want income that is there on a perpetual basis, one that you can start to create reliance on, one you can start to budget into your personal finance. Right now in South Africa, we don't have that luxury. If we've got a job, we're 1 in 2. Of all the people old enough to be economically active in South Africa, only 1 in 2 have a job right now. Very soon it's going to be less than 1 in 2. Now, if you have a full-time job, that's great, but the only problem is you do not have any control over your income. You know that somebody else is telling you how much you're going to earn. Somebody else will tell you what your increase is every year. Someone will tell you what your raise or bonus is each year. You are not going to have any say in that conversation at all. And at the same time, you've got no say over the increase in prices. The economy that we live in, you've got no influence on it. You might think you do, but you don't. Bad news night tonight. You have no influence over the economy that you're in. Go into Woolworths and ask them to pull all their prices down. Bring them down. They're not reasonable. Please take your prices down to a reasonable level. Go to your boss and say, I want an increase every month because I need to keep up with the increase in prices that are occurring every month in our economy. And he will laugh at you, won't he? We have no control. So our hope is that at DuePoint we can put something in your hands, a tool that you do control, and that will create recurring and reliable income for you. One that is stable, one that you can budget on. When you do that, we want to pull you out of all the circumstances that you're in right now. You're plugged into debt. You're all experts at it. I don't have to have a discussion around it. Rob likes to take time talking about retirement and how this will affect you. I don't need to tell you that. You already know you're screwed. You do. I don't have to go on and on about it. You know that you're in trouble. Right now, we should all have been saving ages ago. We used to put a slide up that showed you how much you needed to save, and you all needed to start at age 20, and it's too late for most of you. All right, we're in big trouble at the moment. This tool, however, is designed to pull you out of that problem situation. We hope, because of its reliable, recurring nature, that it will create a bridge between what you're earning, which will never be enough to cover your costs, and what you need in order to live a good life and perhaps start to aspire again. a little bit in the South African context. That's our primary objective. Our secondary objective, ladies and gentlemen, is to create a system that was designed in the 21st century that brings us as DuePoint into the 21st century, connecting us with you in real time, 24 hours a day, anywhere in the world. We want that pipeline to our customers. There's many reasons for that. Obviously, there's competitive reasons for that. But in addition, we want to be able to open a window to the financial services space for every South African to look in. Right now, it's one of the most regulated industries in the country, probably is the most regulated industry in the country, and that means that no one can get in. The one thing about regulations is it raises barriers to entry. That's why the banks and the insurance companies love it, because now that we're inside the walls, you can't get in and compete against us. Well, we want to open a window in that wall and let you look in and see exactly how this industry works and runs. Guys, if you're coming in now, let me get you to move right across for me. Come right across me. You can see I'm standing over here. Come in. This is where you get the best information. That's like economy class over there. You want to be over here. This is the best stuff. So move over for me, guys. Don't ignore me. I'm here. I'm talking to you. Don't look down. I can still see you when you look down. Move over for me. Okay, there we go. Great. Thanks, guys. All right, exciting. See, Monday night, look how many people are coming through. It's fantastic. Okay, good. Guys, so with those two objectives put into place, we have created what we call the DuePoint system. The DuePoint system allows you as an individual to contract with us as what we call a wealth engineer. A wealth engineer has one task. It's not selling, it's not advertising, marketing, advising. It's none of these things. You are given one task, the task of simply connecting people to us here at DuePoint. By connecting people, you create opportunity for us to distribute products into the South African economy. We do the distribution. And as we do that, we create revenue, and that revenue converts into that recurring extra income we were talking about. We call it extra income because it does not replace your primary income. Well, maybe it might one day, but that's not its primary intention. Its intention is to create that bridge for you. Nobody's going to ask you to quit your job here at DuePoint. Nobody. What we want to do is convert your hobby time, your extra time, into this recurring income. Now, why is it recurring? Because that's the cornerstone of our system. We are not here to design a system where you get money some days but not others. You know, like when you're trying to sell something to your friends, you've been in that situation before, you run around, you try and sell it to them, and 1 month they're buying, and the next month they really don't want to buy anymore from you, and then they unfriend you on WhatsApp, and we don't want that. We also have the circumstances where in 1 month you're able to sell, and in another month you're in hospital or away on holiday or have too much work, too many work deadlines and responsibilities you can't, and you get no income in that month. That's not how our system works. Our system is based off of financial services and lifestyle products, which means that these are products you can have to your last breath, and they run on automated debit orders, which means that every month, no matter where you are, lying on the beach, lying in a hospital, or lying at work, no matter where you are, those debit orders are going to raise. And when they raise and are collected, your income flows in. It is the cornerstone of our system. Now, we put another layer on top of that. We give you the ability in our system to leverage others. You can only do so much in your 8 hours, especially if 7 of them or 8 of them have been used by work, and you've only got 15 minutes left a day. You can only do so much. We want to be able to expand that piece by allowing you to utilize other people's little pieces of time or medium pieces of time, depending on what their circumstances are. We want you to accumulate that. As you accumulate all that time and energy of others, you create what we call a channel, a team that works with you, and that team grows your income 24 hours a day. We see it all the time. We've just recently got a new piece of software that actually maps the progression of channels at DuePoint, and it is incredible to watch it over time. 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, depending on who's on night shift, who's on day shift, who's working, you see these channels growing. It's a 24-hour growth for you, a type of income growth you could not achieve with full-time employment. You simply couldn't, but you can here with us, and we build that into the system. Now, folks, this is not an employment contract. We don't hire, we don't recruit, we don't sponsor. Okay? In no way are you out there creating employment. No. We are simply putting a tool in your hands, and you can choose what you want to do with that tool, whether you want to do 15 minutes a week or 15 hours a week. It's completely up to you. We do not hold you accountable to how many hours, but this is an input-output tool. As you will discover, it converts time into money. That's what we always say. The more time you put in, the more money you get out. The less you put in, the less you'll get out. That will be up to you. Folks, there is absolutely no risk in becoming a wealth engineer. Just like we were saying at the beginning of this presentation, there's always somebody flying in from somewhere else trying to take our money. And they do. They're telling us it's just a starter kit of 2,500 Rand a month. just, or 3,500 Rand for the starter kit, or you need to buy the application forms, or you need to buy the starter guide, or you need to pay for the training, or there's always fees for everything. At DuePoint, we specifically designed it that you do not lose financially. There are no startup fees, no starter kits, no application form fees, no monthly fees, no training fees, no conference or development seminar fees. There's none of these sorts of fees that you have to pay. By simply being a DuePoint product owner at no additional premium, you are automatically a wealth engineer here with us. And so this evening is not a risk decision for you. You're not going to lose something by becoming a wealth engineer. You also do not require any specific educational qualification. Like I said to you, you're not selling, key one, not advising, you're not doing an intermediary service, you're not brokering, you're not an agent of ours. All of these things we've heard, no, you're none of these. You have that one task, simply connect individuals to us. And as you do that, you build for yourself a real asset. An asset that I can honestly say is an asset because it creates recurring income. Not income that's here and then gone and here and gone. Income that's there every month. Where there is income like that, you can price it. Where you can price it, you can sell it, transfer it, and one day when you pass away, it'll be handed over to your children. And your children will earn off of the effort that you put in during your lifetime. They can even choose then to build it even further from that point forward. That is a generational asset that you create with us, that you can hand over. Now, folks, this is a system of convenience. We always get it around about this point, the panic sets in. People realize they've come to a network marketing discussion. They want out. We've locked the doors, you can't leave. And they're going, I hate this friend. I can't believe they did this to me. They promised me it wasn't one of these things. Folks, we understand that. And when we built the DuePoint system, I felt exactly the same way. I'd also been trapped in a corner at a braai and taken off to a cinema somewhere and locked in. And I'd been there. So we said, no, we don't want any of those things to be part of DuePoint. We've removed them all. So the first of all, you don't have to do any selling at DuePoint. That task has been completely removed from you. In fact, we contract you out of it. We do the selling as DuePoint. You don't do any presentations at DuePoint. Never have to find a venue, never have to fool your friends into coming over for a braai, etc., and then into the corner of the TV business opportunity. No, there's none of that. We do all the presenting for you. You don't have to come and get stock out of our storerooms and put them in your fridges at home and in the back of your cars and all that. There is no stock. All the things that made you uncomfortable about direct selling have been removed in the DuePoint system. It is a system of complete convenience for you. Your task, the one that you're left with, is simply connecting people to us. How do you do that? Well, there's 4 ways to do that. The first way is you're going to get one of our USB sticks from our information counter. It costs 170 Rand. It's got our presentation on, as well as a couple of other startup sort of things that you'll need, training and documents, etc. You can plug it into a smart TV or a laptop or a computer, and there we are doing the presentation for you any time of the day. You can bring people here Monday through Saturday, night times, lunch times, mornings. We do the presentation out of here. Go to our website or our smartphone app, see the schedule, pick a time, bring your friends, and we're here. Then the third way, the most important way of connecting people to DuePoint is through our YouTube channel. You go to YouTube, search DuePoint channel, you'll find every single presentation we've ever done there. Go and pick your favorite one, and you will find any time of the day, any day of the year, you can click play, and me or Rob are there on the stage giving the presentation, the DuePoint presentation. Anybody that you have around you. If you've not used YouTube before, today is the first day of the rest of your life. Right now, we know that TV is going online. If you're not there yet, you need to get there quickly. If you can't use YouTube, you're going to struggle to use DuePoint because everything we do is on YouTube. And then the fourth way of connecting people to DuePoint is through our live broadcasts. A live broadcast. Every single one of our presentations that we do Monday through Saturday is live broadcasted across the country, no matter where you are. So you might not be able to make it here. Remember, we run in all 9 provinces. If you can't get here, no problem. If you've got a screen with an internet connection, you just push play, and the rest is done by us. All right, that is how you connect people to DuePoint. And as you do that, some of the people that you connect to us are going to catch the vision. Some of them, not all of them. People are very stubborn creatures, and they're thinking about that braai where they got trapped one time, okay? But some of them will catch the vision of what we're trying to do. And when they do, they'll want to become wealth engineers, and when they do that, we allocate them to you, and your channel is born. These people go out and do the same thing, connect people to us. Some become wealth engineers, and again, we allocate them to you. And this process repeats itself over and over time until eventually you have a channel that spans across the country. We have seen it hundreds, if not thousands of times at DuePoint already. We then come along, you having created a channel of distribution for us we did not have before. we come as DuePoint and we facilitate the purchase of our products throughout this channel, and your income is born. Now, that was close. I've not done that before. I normally have a natural, invisible barrier that I know. Today it failed me. Maybe I need to change the batteries on it. Folks, a very important aspect of our business is to know that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. So I know that's a bit of a disappointment because people in South Africa want to get rich quickly, don't they? Yes. I know because of what I see on Facebook. I think there are more Facebook pages about getting rich quickly than there are about anything else at the moment. Folks, this is unfortunately not one of those things. There's no such thing as a get-rich-quick scheme where it creates genuine, lifetime, recurring, and stable income. We're a regulated and listed life insurance company. We cannot put through schemes and scams and shapes and all sorts of things that you might think. No, folks, none of that applies to us. What does apply to us is that we have created a genuine option for the creation of income in the lives of South Africans. Now, that comes at a price. Like I said, it's not financial. We've broken the financial model with ours. No, the price it comes with is time. You are going to spend your free time in creating income with us. And where you're unable or unwilling to compensate a little bit of time, put some time into the system, well then, folks, this is not going to make you rich. But for those of you who are willing to put the time and energy and thought and persistency into this tool that's required, we will change your life dramatically. We do it in two ways. The first is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you R27.50 every month for every product that is paid in your channel, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel the payment is made. Sounds complicated? It's very simple. You go out, you chat to a few of your friends. Some of your friends become wealth engineers, they catch the vision, they pay for their product, and we give you R27.50 multiplied by 200%, that's 55 Rand every month that we successfully collect their product payments via debit order. A couple of things to remember. All of our products are monthly payments, not once off. Okay, we can't make money out of thin air. We have to create the pile of money first that we can then distribute, all right? So every month you pay for your products, and every month that they're paid, those that are in your channel on your first point give you R27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. 55 Rand, 21st century material money. These folk go out, they chat to a few more people, a couple become wealth engineers, they make their product payments, again you get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. 55 Rand. You can take a look. In this particular example, you've been here 5 minutes, you put a handful of people in your channel, and you're earning just under 1,000 Rand a month. It's not life-changing. It certainly isn't Facebook get-rich-quick stuff, but you will feel it. You will feel the extra 12,000 Rand a year that you have now created in a very short period of time with DuePoint as it comes in every single month. Now, you put some more time and some more effort into the growth of your channel, and you continue to earn. But you continue to earn on a diminishing basis, all the way down to the 8th point. But there is no limit to your potential here at DuePoint. None at all. If we're going to create a generational asset, we cannot cut you off at 8 points. No. From the 8th point on, as long as you qualify to earn, you will always get 4% of R27.50. This means you can build a channel of 25 points. You'll earn on all of them if you qualify to earn. Your kids can one day take the asset over and continue to build it to the 50th point or the 75th point or so on and so on. And as long as they qualify to earn, they will always earn 4% of R27.50 for every product that's paid every month from the 8th point on. Go and watch our YouTube channel. Watch the training videos, guys, and you'll understand how to qualify to earn. It's very simple. Simplest system in the country right now, hands down. But what you need to know, and remember, is that you have no limit to your potential here. All right, so let's translate that. Rands and cents on the ground. How much can you earn? Every one of you is going to grow differently. So we took 2 decades of data, we crunched some numbers, and we said, how can we give you some reasonable milestones using our system? We came up with what we call the 3+2 growth formula. It says that the reasonable wealth engineer that comes here, that has a full-time job and very little spare time, will only be able to grow their channel at 3+2. 3 people in their first month. That's what you're responsible for. You are responsible for putting 3 people on your first point in your first month. Every month thereafter, +2. You've got to put 2 people on your first point every month. All right. This is your responsibility. This is where your persistence and determination have to come in. Now, of course, you can build your channel at any speed. Some of you are going to put 20 people in your first month. Some of you are going to put no one in your first month. Okay. Some of you will be able to put 15 people a month thereafter in. Some will put 3 in. You can build it at any rate, but we wanted to give you some reasonable milestones. With 3+2, if we apply our maths to it, lapses, cancellation rates, people not doing 3+2 in your channel, etc., we believe that after 6 months, you can reasonably expect to be earning about 2,500 rand a month with us. 2,500, 30,000 rand a year that you've created after 6 months worth of very reasonable and conservative work with us. 3 people, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. Excuse me. Now, if you can continue and do 12 months with us, we reckon you can reasonably expect to be on about 9,000 to 10,000 rand a month. That's 120,000 rand a year, extra income. You've still got your full-time job that you have now created for you and your household. An extra 10 grand a month. It doesn't matter who you are, you're going to feel the extra 10 grand a month. It really doesn't matter how much you're earning. To know that that's coming in at around about the middle of every single month. All right, so now we've got to ask ourselves, can we persist beyond this? I often ask the question, have you formed a habit before? A good habit, not a bad one. We know we've all formed bad habits. Have you formed good habits? Who here said at the beginning of this year I'm going back to the gym? I'm going back to the gym. Yes, all right. And you went and you smashed like 4 sessions a week non-stop, haven't missed one yet. No. Okay. Now that's it. It's only the 29th of Jan, which is sad. Most people don't make it even this far. We certainly know that nobody could do it for a year. All right. So you will be making a rather big decision this evening if you choose to do this. It's the first time you will form a new good habit that you're going to have to stick to for more than the first week of January. Okay. You've seen that picture of the gym. It says on the 31st of December, it's empty. The 1st of January, packed to the ceiling with people. 2nd of January, empty. Okay? You can't do that if you want this. If you want this, it comes down to your decision to persist. That's what it is. People are going to let you down. They're going to laugh at you. They're going to think this is something it isn't, etc., etc. If you can persist through, these are milestones you can write. Having created the new habit after a year, guaranteed you'll carry on. We know it. We've seen it already. If you make it through the first year, you'll make it through the second. If you've made it through the second, you're going to be on about 27 to 30,000 rand a month, plus minus. That's 360,000 rand a year that you have created for yourself after 24 months with us, 2 years. All right. Most people in their entire careers never get to that amount. You've done it in 2 years. Okay. If you can do 3 years, which you are likely to do if you've done 2, you will get to, plus minus, we guess, reasonably 45 to 50,000 rand a month. That's 600,000 rand a year. If you can push through to 4 years, you're up to 60 to 65,000 rand a month. That's 720,000 rand a year. And if you can do half a decade with this, you will have created for yourself an income of around about 80 to 100,000 rand. Okay, that's what the math says on average. Does the maths work? Well, we'll find out in a minute. What we do know is that some people believe that's too slow. Can't help you. You're going to have to go back to Facebook for the promised 100,000 after 3 months. Not sure if it's real. Here, you've created real, stable, lifetime income. How many years have you spent in your careers, guys? How many? We've got great variety in this room and great variety at DuePoint. Some people have spent 3 years. Some people 15 years. Some people 45 years. Okay, those that have spent more than 10 know that they're not going straight to CEO. The ones in the first 3 years reckon that that's what's going to happen. Just watch this space. I'll be CEO in the next 5 years. 10 years down, they always say around about 30 to 35, people realize that all of their career aspirations are very unlikely to come to fruition. That's for 99.5% of employees. Only 0.5% of people who are in full-time employment will reach their aspirations. Only 0.5%. And so I always love talking to the youngsters because they are invincible. They're invincible. They've come out of university. I'm a lawyer. I don't need this. I'm a lawyer. I'm a chartered accountant. Guys, I am both. And I can tell you from both that by the time you reach 35, you will find out quite how disappointing full-time employment is. Okay. Everybody needs this. If you can imagine, if you're young now and you do 5 to 10 years of this, imagine by the time you're 30, you will have done double that 5. What does this number look like after 10 years? Right? None of your friends will be earning anything near that number, and you're doing it as hobby income with us. But that also means that for those of you who are 40 years into your careers, 5 years is nothing on 40. Do another 5, and your entire retirement changes completely with our system. All right, let's look at it on the ground. Every month we get people, because it is maths, some people go, it's just maths, it doesn't work. No, it actually does. And we'll show you. We're going to get people that we bring in every month, just a sample from around the country, not high flyers. Some of them are doing well, others are doing reasonably. You know, we mix them up every month so you can see how people are using the tool. I can't show you the people who didn't use the tool because, well, You can just look around. There'll be some of you that won't use the tool tonight. We always say 80% of you, only 20% of you are going to succeed, Jen, not because we're going to stop you, because only 20% of you are going to make the decision to do it. So after this, just take a vote and pick who the 20% is, okay? They're going to do this. It's your decision to do this. All right. So here are the people who made the decision to do it. Latest, we picked them up just a few weeks ago for this month. Next month, it'll be a different batch of folks. We always do different ones. We've got Mike and Vilna. They joined us on the pensioners' evening, but they can clearly under the pensioners' age. So I don't know why we called it the pensioners' evening. Why did Rob call it the pensioners' evening? Terrible. Anyway, Mike and Vilna joined us about 2 years ago. Steadily been building their income. Mike runs his own business. I think Vilna helps you, but Vilna, yeah. All right, run their full-time business. They don't have a lot of time for this. They don't have a lot of time. Often when I speak to Mike, he's like, the last 3 weeks I've lost because I've been having to work on my business, okay, at home. And so not a lot of time, but steadily over the course of 2 years, they've built an income of close to 10,000 Rand a month. A channel that creates an income of 10,000 Rand a month. All right, so that's half the 3 plus 2. You see what I said? You can build it at any rate you like, okay? Mike tells me he's going to do way better than that this year, and I believe him. I believe him. There's no timelines or deadlines with the DuePoint system. We don't say, well, I'm sorry, you didn't make it. You're out. Okay, that's not how it works. You can accelerate and decelerate. That's going to be something that you do as you choose to use this tool. But there's an extra 10 grand a month that's coming through there now. All right, then we've got Sibongile from Tembisa. She's actually in Newcastle region. That's where most of her channel is. Absolutely fantastic in KZN. She's been building. She joined us 4th of February last year. 1 year. 1 year, she's got a channel with 13,000 Rand a month. 13,000. I said in a year you should be on about 9 to 10,000 a month. Do you remember that was what the math said? She's up on 13,000. Super powerful testimony this lady gave. See it on YouTube. Powerful, focused, goal orientated, and she is building an amazing channel. Look at how that has been increasing. It's not like she had nothing, 12,000 Rand. No, she's built an income that she's received every month systematically over the months of last year. Then we got Arena from Stratton, her husband Malcolm. They joined us on the 6th of February, 2 years ago, okay? And in 2 years, they've built a channel that's now worth 28,000 Rand a month. I said, after 2 years, you should be on about 27 to 30,000 Rand. 2 years, 28,000 Rand. Seems like it's working. Okay, very happy about that, and so are they as they are progressing through our sermon. Extra 330,000 Rand a year. Extra. She's a nurse, works nursing hours, okay? Not a lot of time. You know what it's like. If you're a nurse, you know you don't have hours. She does it, okay? And in this time, over the course of 2 years, steadily built a channel that's worth 28,000 Rand. All right, fantastic. Now, you can go to our YouTube channel. And on our YouTube channel, there must be close to 100 testimonies there now of individuals that have stood on the stage. Some of them earning $700 a month, 3,000, 8,000, 15,000, 68,000. They're all there. Go and look at how they've used this tool to create an earning with our returns program. Now remember I said to you, our returns program is just the first way you earn. The second way you earn through our system is through the XP Rewards training program, because that's the other excuse people give us. They go, no, I don't know how to do this, I can't do it. Folks, congratulations, well done. We are here to hold your hand and take you from beginner to expert in building channels at DuePoint through a series of steps in our training program. And as you complete the steps in our training program, we reward you with XP points, experience points. Okay? Experience points are not worth anything to you, not worth rands and cents. They're simply a measure of how experienced and mature you are in our system. But as you become more experienced, naturally your channel is going to start growing. Naturally. You get through the training, it's going to happen. And as your channel reaches certain levels and your experience reaches certain levels, and you meet the two criteria, we rank you up. And as we rank you up, we reward you. This is in addition to those returns we were just talking about. We start to reward you. In the beginning, a little bit of cash. You need them. You can get this in the first few days that you're here. If you set your mind to it and get your head down, you can get it done in no time. But as you get a little bit more serious, well, so does the cash start getting a little bit more serious. Then in rank 5, we start to reward you with tools. Tools we know that are going to help you. Start with an imported Lightning memory stick from the United States, plugs into all electronic devices, full with our presentations, downloads, testimonies, tools, everything you're going to need to connect people to us, whether you've got data or an internet connection or not. You've got this tool ready. Plug it in your phone, your iPad, your TV, your computer, and there we are connecting people to your channel for you. All right. Then at rank 7, we give you a 12,500 Rand set of imported business cards. Gold gilded, gold printed on imported paper. It takes us 6 weeks to put it together for you, custom made for you. I mean, take a look at these. They look like gold ingots. It's not gold koki or gold print. It's gold gilt that's on these cards. When you hand it to somebody, they are the single best cards in the country. And people are going to pay attention to what you have done with DuePoint. You can see a set in our glass cabinet afterwards if you want to have a look and see what a 12,500 rand set of business cards look like. You get 800 of those personally at rank 7. Okay, then at rank 9. As long as you maintain your channel size with us, and rank 9 is a big number. You're all rank 0, so don't get too excited. Rank 9, when you can get there to rank 9, if you persist and carry on. 3 plus 2 says 18 months to rank 9. 3 plus 2. If you do it at 6 plus 4, you can get there in 9 months. It's completely up to you. Record is 5 months. 5 months. In fact, you saw the chap before us. He's the guy who did it right there. 5 months to rank 9, okay? No, you're not him. Don't get too excited. No. All right. 3 plus 2 says 18 months, but it's up to you. Okay, if you can get to rank 9 and you can maintain that channel size every year, we will take you and your family away every year for the rest of your life, 5-star business class for a week. All expenses paid. All expenses. You don't go, congratulations, you rank 9. All you've got to do is buy yourself the air ticket. No, that's not how it works. We don't go, congratulations, you rank 9. Now you've got to pay for the transfer to the airport or the airport taxes. None of that. There is no cost when you are rank 9. All expenses are paid from the moment you leave your house until the moment you return every year. Now, that's a wonderful thing to have, to know at the beginning of every year that you start your year, you already know that your December holiday is booked because we go in December every year. Now, we've just got back from our holiday. It was not a holiday, from our trip in December about 3 weeks ago now. It was a very good trip. Some of the guys that are in the room tonight, you can ask them what it was like. It's the first one, and they started the 1st of January knowing that they're going away this December. 11 more months and they'll be going away again. This is where we're going this year.
All of your wind has gone, and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sun, where no one can see. You stand on at the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
should be okay, hey? Should be okay. Thanks, Patrick. So the question is whether you're here with us or not. 11 months to go. 10 months from February. You've got the time. You can make it. As I said, 5 months is the record, and I'm happy to see that record fall as well. The decision's going to be yours. You're going to need to make it every single day. This is a difficult business. It's not easy. Don't let anybody tell you this is easy. Time and persistency is what it requires. But the prize is worth it. None of your bosses have said to you at the beginning of this year, if you work really hard this year, you put the time and energy in, I'll take you and your family away. Not just this year, but every year going forward. None of your bosses said that to you, but you're going back to them tomorrow, aren't you? You're going back there tomorrow happily. You're going back there, you'll be there on time, you'll work the whole day, and everything will be exactly the way it was when you started the day and the month and the year, won't it? With our tool, you get to change your future every day. Every day that you persevere, you change your future with this tool. At rank 11, we give you another very useful tool. It's your own car. It's not rented to you. We don't finance it through us. It's not branded. We don't give it to you and then take it away. It's yours. It's your car. And we want you to build your freedom with us here at DuePoint. Folks, as part of our training program, every month we run Wealth Quests. Wealth Quests are designed to give you little bits of training, get nice foundations laid in your channel, good stability built into your channels. Everybody who completes the criteria, and it doesn't matter what rank you are, everybody can do it. As long as you complete the criteria, everybody who does every a month, there are different tools that they can qualify for. Some months, iPads, iPhones, smart TVs, data, Wi-Fi routers, and some months cash. Now, this month's Sprint 2018, we want to hit the month sprinting. Well, we know what problems you have, and the main one after Christmas is money. So we want to get you back on your feet again. For this month, those who put in 20 first pointers, 20 new people into their channel on their first point, and got them all paid by the end of January, 10,000 Rand extra on their returns and rewards for the month. A great way to start 2018. Not only 10 grand in the bank, but 20 new people in your front line building your channel for you. Very exciting one. It is the 29th. If you're new here tonight, I think you better wait for February's one. I can't see how you're going to do it. But for those of you who are doing this quest, the big pay days are today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. Make sure they get paid. You want to get your 10 grand. Shadrach, down in Newcastle, you ready over 20. Make sure they pay. Reynold and Rambi, watching out for you guys. We've got plenty of guys over 20 already this month. Happy to see them get the cash. So let's make sure it happens, guys. All right. Folks, people say to me, Brendan, the math doesn't work. I've done the calculation, it doesn't work. How do you fund it? Okay, well, we have done a fair bit of maths behind this, and this is how we fund this business. It's very simple. In the traditional financial services and insurance space, banking and insurance, what we do is we advertise to you. We advertise to you in every single format and medium. I've just worked through the new policyholder protection rules. There's like 20 pages of legislation just on advertising, okay? Because that's what we do. We advertise. We spend hundreds of millions of rands a month advertising to you to get you to connect with us, okay? Now, how do we pay for that? Well, we build it into the product price. Your banking fees, your funeral cover, your car insurance, etc. Why do you think it keeps going up every year? You know, they always go, how come your car insurance goes up when your car's devalued? That's because the cost of advertising has gone up. We've got to pay more on the advertising every single month, okay? And so you pay for it in your product. Now, we do exactly the same thing at DuePoint. The only difference is we do zero advertising. Zero advertising, okay? We do not spend a single cent on advertising. Why? Because we use you. You go out and connect individuals to us. And so all that money that we would have spent on SABC, DSTV, Prime Media, and sundry, we now have available to you and your channels. That's simply the redirection of flow of funds of how our model works. Now, having created channels of distribution for us, new channels that we can go in, we distribute 3 products into those channels. The first one is our Access Wealth Plan. Our Access Wealth Plan is 299 Rand a month currently. It's going to be 324 Rand from the 1st of February. So you just made it in. If you take a product and pay for it before the end of January, you have 299 until January next year, because we only increase prices on the anniversary of you making your first payment. Okay, so tonight's a good night. Tomorrow will be a good night. Wednesday good, Thursday bad. 324 Rand from Thursday. What do you get for Access Wealth? You get 2 independent products. The first one is your very own tax-free investment account. It's not a savings account. It does not attract interest. It is an investment account. It takes your money and it invests it into the Stock Exchange of South Africa. We take 100 Rand of your 299 and we put it into that investment account. It's tax-free. Any capital gains or dividends received on it, you can draw out with no tax. Okay? And you can draw it out at any time. There's no notice periods, restrictions, or penalty fees on it. The money is always available to you. And so we say that this one actually costs only 199 Rand a month, because the other 100 Rand's yours. You can pull it out at any time. And then for the 199 Rand, you are left with 110,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover with us as our second product for you. The second product we have is our Wealth Guard product. It's 274 Rand a month. Currently, from the 1st of February, it's 299 Rand. Right now, at 274, you get 1.1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. Now, folks, we do not cover death via natural causes or illness here because it goes against our primary objective. Our primary objective to put income into the hands of South Africans. Now, if we add cover into any of our products that covers death or natural causes, then it means that half the people you bring here, we're not going to be able to cover. Because then I'm going to have to look at what circumstances they live in, what pre-existing conditions they have, what jobs they have, how old are they, and most of them will be priced out of the market as they currently are. Right now, every single person, no matter their circumstances, no matter their pre-existing conditions, can take any one of our products and they're under cover for personal accident cover. So we've made this business in every possible way work for you, the wealth engineer. And then our third product is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. It's 274 Rand a month. Currently, it'll be 299 from the 1st of February. What it does is it gives you access to our buying leverage as a nearly 7-decade-old insurance company. We go out all the time and we negotiate discounts, prices, packages, account managers with all sorts of suppliers, retail stores, car manufacturers, data suppliers, entertainment, hair studios and salons, you name it, around the country. We've got suppliers that you now get access to, and you get access to them at our prices, with our account managers, with our benefits for 274 Rand a month. All right, those are the three products. So, folks, that's DuePoint, top to bottom. Every ounce of research you can do will lead you back to what I told you tonight, okay? Tonight is a decision not really about us. It's a decision about you. Are you willing to pick up a tool that's been designed for you to lever a different kind of future for yourself? At the moment, we do not have tools like that in South Africa. We do not get to lever a new future for ourselves with our jobs and with what's available. With DuePoint, we believe we can offer you that, and we want you to pick the tool up and do it, and to use it, and to start changing your future. If you want to do that with us, guys, it's very simple. You go to our website, you click on the apply button. Our website is DuePoint.net. Click the apply button, fill out the form. 5 minutes later, you're a wealth engineer, no money having passed from your hands and from your pockets, and you can immediately start building your channel with us. Folks, if you're serious about building a channel, get serious about owning the tools. You can pick up the tools. This is not money-making exercise for us. These are just simply tools we know work. We've got our USB stick with our presentation on. One of the ways to connect people to us. Go and get it. Order it at info@DuePoint.net if you can't get to our office, and we'll have it delivered to you. Get the battery for your phone. We know everybody keeps coming to our counter every single presentation and going, do you guys have a charger? My phone's dead. Now, this business is completely online. You are going to need your phone. This is your business in your pocket. You've got your whole business. Accounting, legal, compliance, everything, all in right here. You don't need anything else other than your phone. So you need your battery. If you're serious about the business, get the backup battery. It means you're never going to be without power. Get the business cards. You don't have to wait until you rank 7. You can pick up one of our custom-made business card sets for you. 500 cards for 645 Rand. You're away. You've got the tools to start moving and connecting people to your business. And we've got all sorts of other things, including pins for those of you who are rank 1 and above. When you go out now, talk to only people who have pins. If they don't have pins, they're part of the 0+0 club. Okay? They're not going anywhere. You want to wear your pin so that you can show people that you are working and using this system and making money in this system. Folks, we want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Number one way of connecting people to us. It's free to subscribe. Do it. Go to YouTube, DuePoint channel, subscribe. You'll then know whenever we go live each day and whenever we upload videos. And then secondly, we want you to download our app. Go to the app stores, use our free Wi-Fi. The app is free. Put it on your phone. It connects you into your channel in real time, second by second. You can see what's going on. Your training is there. Guys, please do the training. If you're serious about this business, do the training. Otherwise, you're going to do stuff wrong. And then, folks, it gives you your personal details, your product documents. You know the ones you're not going to read? Those ones, they're on there. Okay. You can read them, but I just know that you're not going to read them. The product documents are on there. Incidentally, the training includes product training as well. If you want greater explanations of your products, go there. Don't listen to the guy who brought you here. He's not trained in the products. Remember, he's contracted out of talking about our product. Go to the training video, and you will see it on your app. You can see exactly what your product does, full explanations in there. All of it in your phone, a very powerful app. Once you've loaded it tonight, click on your name on the top left-hand corner, your name, and your profile will come up. Click the picture in the middle. Take a photo of yourself, head and neck, please, not the ones, the one like straight on like this. Profile pic. Once your profile pic is in, you get 1,000 XP. Now, if you remember the table back, to get to rank 1, you need 1,000 XP, don't you? Now you've ticked the first column. All you've got to do now is go and get 4 people, and you're rank 1. You can walk out of here tonight with more than 1,000 XP, and it's your first night. Do it. Take the profile picture. You're in it to win it. All right, then, folks, a couple of don'ts. Okay, people get excited or they don't listen. One of the two. I don't know what it is. But they go out, they run out into the oblivion out there, and they do a bunch of wrong things. And I don't want you to do wrong things. Read the code of conduct, but if you can't remember everything, he has 5 things to remember. I'm going to tell you to do 3 things now, but you can use these things as well as a filter when you approach people to do this business. All right, first of all, do not become a wealth engineer if you cannot afford to be a wealth engineer. There are costs involved. You're going to be moving around as you connect people. You're going to be using data. I've said to you before, internet-based business. Okay, you're going to be using that. There's costs involved. If this business is going to make your personal situation even worse, then don't become a wealth engineer. Second of all, do not become a wealth engineer if you do not have a smartphone and have no internet connection. You can't build this business if you don't know how to use a computer. So we get a lot of people running off to their granny in the Midlands because she always supports you in everything that you do. Okay, and you call her up, and then you get all of her personal details over the telephone, which is illegal to start with. But anyway, you do it, you put it in, and then the only computer she's ever seen is that phone with the cord into the wall. That's all she's ever seen, and she can do nothing for you. She's not the right person for this business. Okay, you need to have access to the internet, and you need to understand how to use a computer. And then thirdly, folks, don't join this business, don't become a wealth engineer if you really struggle to move around. If you don't have access to public transport or the ability to move around, you're going to struggle to build your channel with us here. You must be able to move around. And those are the natural filters you should be using when you approach people. As you approach someone, ask yourself those 3 questions quickly. Can they afford it? Do they know how to use a computer? Do they have access to the internet? And can they move around? If they can't, move to the next person. Move to the next person. If you think I'm talking rubbish, all my years in this business, I'll chuck in the bin. But I promise you, I've done this long enough to be able to tell you if you want to go rank 9, make good decisions, starting with who you filter into this business. Then, if you can become a wealth engineer, which I'm sure many of you can, okay, the vast majority of South Africans can these days. If you can become a wealth engineer, the number one thing I don't want you doing is filling out the application form on behalf of someone else. Like I said, your granny, okay, because that is a criminal offense. Our application form is a contract. You can go to jail for filling that form out on behalf of somebody else. Everyone must fill their own form out. They're going to sign off terms and conditions of being a wealth engineer, terms and conditions of being a product owner, and you're going to give me authority to debit your bank account. You can't do that on behalf of somebody else, okay? You've got to do it. Everyone must fill their own application form out, okay? And then, folks, don't add any direct family members to your channels. Husbands and wife work under one W number, and if kids and moms and aunts and all sorts live in the house with you, remove them from your house before you put them in your channel. If they're in the same house as you, the general rule is they can't be in your channel. Okay, talk to client service or to your lead wealth engineers if you want further explanation on that rule. It's an anti-fraud mechanism. And then, folks, and what I want to do is I want to free you up from any form of marketing and advertising. Remember all the embarrassing things we don't like about this business? Now I've got to go on Facebook and advertise. Now, we free you up from that completely. Do not go out and start new Facebook pages. DuePoint Gauteng. Peter Smith DuePoint. DuePoint Help Desk. I have seen every single version of a Facebook page that has the word DuePoint in it. You are not DuePoint. If you had spent the time I have reading the legislation, you would know how many laws you are breaking when you do that. No web pages, no adverts on walls, no adverts on business forums. No. First of all, none of them work in the creation of channels. I can assure you of that. None of them work. And second of all, you're breaking lots of laws doing it. So I free you from that burden. Your task, get engaged with people on your personal Facebook pages. If you've got a personal Facebook page, engage with them. Don't talk about our products. You're not allowed to. Talk about the opportunity. Why does DuePoint exist? We exist to create income. Talk to people on your own social medias about creating income with individuals. Do that with us. And then take responsibility for everybody you put in your channels. Don't send them off on a wild goose chase without you. Make sure you come with everybody when you come to a presentation so that you know they come in and they're solid when they come into your channels. Ladies and gentlemen, the 10th of February, this particular division of Constantia is 2 years old. We'll be running our second annual conference. We're calling it our Converge Recognition Evening. We're going to be recognizing all of our big boys. If you are rank 4 and above, guys, by the end of January, please make sure you've booked your ticket with Jane. I heard all sorts of panicky phone calls today because the tickets are like basically gone. So if you haven't got your ticket, I don't even know. Just call in and make sure you get the last 1 or 2 now for the evening. It's going to be an incredible evening. Remember, rank 4s, you're allowed to bring one guest and their partner as well. Make sure you've got those tickets as well for that event. It's next weekend, if you can believe it. It's not this Saturday. It's next Saturday we're having it. It's going to be amazing. Make sure you're there and ready for it. Guys, we are very serious about what we're doing here at DuePoint. We have pumped capital and people and time into this business second to none because we are determined to be part of the economic solution in South Africa. Nobody's coming to help us. You might have noticed the newspapers reassure us every morning that no one's coming to help us. Okay? We have to help ourselves, and we need to, if we're going to have an economic transformation in South Africa, we're going to have to do it here on the ground by ourselves. We've put together a tool that we want everybody to take. It's not going to cost you any money. It's going to be something that can create income and change for you. If you want to get involved with us and you've got questions and concerns, come and ask us. Ask the staff, ask the people who brought you here tonight, send questions to info@duepoint.net. But don't walk out of here tonight without this tool. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to see you all outside, and thanks for all of you who've tuned in live tonight.